Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video we are at the local club lake. As you can see, I'm using the RH yellow dumbbells, and on the other rod I've got one of my own homemade little bottom baits. Basically we're just trial and testing. We're literally only here for an hour, so it's just the case that we managed to get out on a Sunday afternoon. Weather is a bit rainy, it's a bit wet, but it looks good for it. It's quite overcast, it's quite warm, so fingers crossed we can nick a bite. There's a lot of activity out there. So, two little PVA bags, little yellow one, little red one, perfect. That probably took about 5 minutes. I actually thought this would cast a bit short, but clearly the fish are not far away. Definitely a bream, but we're here for a few bites, so it's absolutely perfect what we're after. There you go, that's one thing that I've been trying to tell my dad and a lot of matchmen for quite a while now. Don't be afraid to use big hooks and big leads for bream. You can catch a lot of fish very quickly, and as you can see, probably about 5 minutes and the spot's bubbling like mad already. Just how attractive these hook baits and the liquids are that I'm using with these pellet. And of course, we all know how good this pellet is. I'm going to show you quickly. Nice little bream. Get her back because there's plenty out there. The 2-rod only rule here, but luckily, because I'm here with my dad, we are fishing as a pair. So we're fishing 3 rods between us, and just goes to show that my side's gone twice. So, and that is about what, 5 minutes after casting it in. So that looks like that might go in a second. They're definitely getting bigger every year that we're fishing here, but let's get that rig out, there's plenty more. We've got a little PVA bag there, hooking it on, and that is exactly what's going out on the spot. I'm actually going to drive this a bit away because I'll get the camera on it in a second, but there's plenty of bubbles happening out there, so the chance of having another fish is fairly certain. So hopefully, having this a bit off the spot, any carp that come into the area, I may be able to nick one of them. Yeah, so what we're doing at the moment, we're just testing up baits. So as you can see there, I've got an orange one on now. I've got good faith in the RH hook baits, but nothing beats my own. I've been using the RH for quite a long time now, so these new little micro wafters, they're very matchy. That's why I think they would be really good for the bream, and just goes to show it's doing its job. As I say that, There you go, same hook bait, same hook, same running rig, and literally a minute after I said I'm going to flick this PVA bag just off the spot, hopefully to try and nick a carp coming in. Less than 3 minutes, honestly. We just sat down to show you the new RH stuff, and my god, this stuff's good. Little angry one there. Gonna get her back because I think this session's gonna be good. Remember, we've only got an hour. So we're going to try again to show you exactly what I bring here on a very short session almost. These sessions are maybe just after work, or if you've got, say, an hour on the weekend, just before dinner or just after dinner. And this has become pretty much part of my go-to tactic. It doesn't matter where I'm going or how long for, but always with me is a bag of 2mm pellets. These are the RH pellets. You can buy all this off the RH Fisheries and the RH Baits website. This is the new cold pressed pellets. I'm using this as a crumb. Basically, I'm crumbing it up into my pellets in solid bag mixes, even in my spod mixes. But this is really good stuff, and I'm just using it as almost a super single hook bait approach. But mainly what I'm using at the moment is this. So 5mm RH Baits pellets, little tiny parcels of traction, and it's what I'm putting it on this is what's catching these fish. So at the moment I have the RH sprays. These new sprays, they're PVA friendly, so I'm spraying them on my solid bags and my little mesh bags, and I'm using them in conjunction with the designated fluoro wafters. So these are 10mm by 12mm dumbbells. They're essentially like a high-vis pellet to you matchman out there, and essentially these are on a basic hair rig that I'm hooking these PVA bags onto, and I'm using orange, the Simply Red and the Pineapple Plus. The flavours are actually called Tuti Fruity Plus and Pineapple Plus and the Simply Red. Essentially these are my go-to colours, and I've pretty much used these colours exclusively for the last year and a half. And I know on a high stock venue like here, I'm pretty much here to catch bream more than anything, but there are a lot of carp to go after, and there's some really nice carp in here, and I've caught some of the biggest fish out of here using the RH baits in conjunction with my own paste and my own ground baits that I've been using in here. But not only that, using them in solid bags is possibly the best way of fishing. As you can see there, I have my 4mm. I've got my Simply Red hook bait in there. I've got another one here which has the orange one ready to go, and that parcel of attraction is absolutely perfect. You can't get any better than that. So that's the rig that I'm using. I'm using a barbless hook. To be fair, I am using bigger hooks out there at the moment, knowing that I can catch these carp and I can almost bully them in just to get a new rig tied on and straight back out. But this rig in particular, I'm using Skin Link soft in 15 pound. I am stripping that back to reveal the inner core, and I'm tying that essentially knotless knot style as a hair rig straight to a size 10 twister there with one of the RH Pineapple Plus wafters. On there I've got a Nash 2-ounce flat inline pair, and I've got a little tiny bit of leadless leader. All that is for is basically when I want to tie solid bag rigs. All that you see at the top of the bag is that, as you can see on these, and I can quick change. I've got a loop in my main line, and on the knot I've got a bit of putty on some of them. Some of them I've just got completely naked. And essentially, loop to loop on, cast it straight back out there, and it's probably the most efficient way of fishing, especially short range with bigger bags. You can get a fair amount of bait in quite quickly, and I would fish this all year round, fishing maggots in there, fishing worms on the hook. It's possibly the most versatile rig in most situations. The only situation I wouldn't really use this if I'm fishing somewhere that's really, really weedy. I know you can fish this on top of low-lying weed, but that's quite heavy, and that will plunge straight into the weed and it'll submerge itself, where realistically I want to be using a helicopter rig, I want to be using a chod rig. So I think it's about time I'm going to get another fish. If not, I am going to bring the left hand rod in, and I'm going to change it to one of the high visuals to see if we can get a few more bites before we have to leave, because even though we've only just started, it'll be soon time to go. As you can see, again, it's practically rinse and repeat. Hive is orange there. This means we've got 2 orange ones out there now and a yellow one. I'm using a solid bag rig, but I'm just hooking the PVA bag on because it's simple and effective. All I'm going to do now is, instead of using Simply Red one, I'm going to use the Tuti Plus. You can spray it on your hook baits, on your bags, a little boost of attraction, and I'm sure that'll go pretty soon. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you what I do pretty much at the start of the session, or what I did at the start of this session especially. All I've done is I'm going to flick out a few of these little PVA bags, what I would normally hook on anyway, and a few of these soft pellets, the cold pressed pellets from RH. There's not a lot of bait there. That's probably enough for one bite in most carp fishing sense, but essentially all I'm doing is I'm catapulting that over where the rods are going to be, or because I roughly know where the spot is, and when those bubbles start coming up, it's just a case of flicking a light lead over the top of it and trying to fish for these fish. Catapulting it out, it's fairly simple. If you haven't got one of these and you just use a spawn, get one, it's an edge.
They're coming onto the line, there's one more, as well.
There we go, mate. Wasn't having anything. Just had the RH spray off me, just see if we can nick one, and it's just gone, isn't it, mate?
Gear boots fell off.
Oh, that's just your luck, innit? Go on, mate. PVA bag, get it back out there. There you go, mate. Right, so sod's law, the heavens have opened, the rain starts coming down. We have been predicted thunderstorms, but we are closing in on that 1 hour mark, so it probably won't be long until we go. Ever since we had that carp, the bites started slowing up, so they're probably scared the fish off and probably just wiped out the bait pretty much. We've reeled in, refreshed the rigs and put a few more bags out, hopefully. We can nick one between us. Okay, looks like it's an end here, seeing as the rain's coming down and travelling light, and that's the end of the hour fishing. If you've liked the video, please press like and subscribe, and if you want to hear anything else about what you think I could do in future videos, just drop a comment below. And if you want to hear more about RH fisheries, look in the comments below for the link, and you'll see it in the description. That's the best from me. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.